I hear you talking all evening about water quality and nitrates. And surely, and the nitrates means farmers in trouble. And I've been in here before talking about this. And what this is doing now is the nitrates derogation is affecting farmers that can't meet the limit. A fellow with 58 cows now has sold 10 cows, he's down to 48. What focuses on local authorities and where we don't have treatment plants that are up to scratch, and where there's clearly which is impacting on water quality? Why is it that is only the farmer is being targeted? Why is there nothing being done at all about treatment plants and local authorities? I mean, I'm not really blaming the local authorities, because it's government at the end of the day should provide the funding to rectify these and remedy them and increase the capacity. But why are farmers having to suffer financially, and we don't see the same focus of attention at all on local authorities in this problem? And there's another small aspect. As far as this grant for treating septic tanks, I can't understand it, because if I have to ring the Environment Section of Kerry County Council when someone rings me now, see if they'll qualify for this grant. And I had a young girl the other day, she asked me the question, will I qualify for the grant? The man, the engineer at the other end of the line, told me she will, but the people on the other side of the road won't. The fall of ground, or the fall from both places, is going towards the lakes of Killarney. How is it the people on this side won't qualify, this side won't qualify, and the people on this side of the line, this side of the road, will? Them are just my two questions.
Okay, on the first, on wastewater, we've covered this over the course of the evening, and we have as much focus on the other sectors that are a pressure on water quality as we do on agriculture. So we have a graph here on our opening statement on page 7 that shows that urban wastewater is the fourth most prevalent pressure on water quality, impacting about 200 water bodies around the country. We're the environmental regulator for Uisce Éireann, and as part of that, we're carrying out annual inspection programmes. We have non-compliances open where we need to, we take prosecutions where we need to. So, Deputy, it's not correct to say there isn't the same focus from an EPA perspective on the role of wastewater on water as there is on agriculture, but it's also a fact that agriculture is the most prevalent pressure on water quality, impacting on 1,000 water bodies around the country. On septic tanks, that also, on the graph that I referred to on page 7 in the opening statement, septic tanks, 1, 2, 3, 4, the sixth most prevalent pressure on our water quality. We oversee the National Inspection Programme for septic tanks. The inspections are carried out by local authorities. There's a high non-compliance rate, 45% of 1,100 inspections that were carried out last year were non-compliant, and we need to see those fixed. We're not seeing the grant being taken up, despite the changes that were introduced recently. I can't answer the specifics about why somebody was eligible in one part of an area versus another. I don't know if anyone can add to that, but it's not really something I can add to it anyway.
Yeah, the grant, like the grant isn't for EPA, it's a government grant, but it's targeted at areas that have water quality, back to targeting where the problems are. It is available for where water quality problems are and where there's been inspections, but I couldn't, in terms of why one person would be in an area near another, I couldn't comment on that. The Department of Housing oversee this, local government and planning oversee the grant system, so they might be able to clarify that for you.
All I'll say to you is it feels like that there's more of a focus on the poor cow and getting rid of the cows, that this will solve the problem about water, the deterioration in our water quality, because I clearly don't see the same focus by the Minister for the Environment or the Minister for Housing or whatever to rectify the situation. You can't get permission for one other house in my van village, and it's a lovely satellite village out from Tralee town, about 10 miles. And there's no focus and no funding, I suppose, being provided, and we're all under the one sky, like. And it seems to me to be the case that the farmer is suffering. This man, I'll name him here inside, Tim Early from Mincha, Big Rat Moor, is the last house in Kerry as we go out the Mill Street Road. He had to cut his code numbers from 58 to 48. He had everything right, no bother in the world. But he couldn't rent more land, and it's too expensive. And there he is, and his young fella won't stay at home now. There isn't enough there for him with that. And it shouldn't be the case. There was a man died there a few months ago, Ray Bates, and he was a climatologist. And he said, like, right, try and get the emissions right and try and get things right, but do not make people suffer financially to achieve the goals, because that's going over the edge, he said. And he's dead now. It is written in the Sunday paper. I read what he wrote, and I think.
Have you the vote?
I better vote. Thanks.